Hi, everyone, and welcome to our educational series on overdose awareness, educating youth in Canada. I'm thrilled to have you all here for part one, which is titled Young and Informed, Your Introduction to Overdose Awareness and Prevention. This presentation was created for the Centre for Grief and Healing, Bereaved Families of Ontario. Before we dive in, let me introduce myself. My name is Kasey, and I'm currently in my final year of the Addiction and Mental Health program at Humber College. This summer, I am doing my placement with the Center for Grief and Healing, where I've had the incredible opportunity to work on this important series. I'm passionate about the topic because I truly believe that education and awareness can save lives and help create healthier communities. Today's session is all about equipping you with the knowledge and the tools that you need to understand and prevent drug overdoses. We'll start by looking at some eye-opening statistics to understand just how serious this issue is. Then we'll explore the impacts of drug use and drug overdose, discuss effective prevention methods, and learn about the Canadian Drugs and Substance Strategy. We will also talk about the risk factors of drug use and share some real life stories that I hope will resonate with you. By the end of this session, you will have a foundational understanding of overdose awareness and prevention. Our goal is to equip you with the knowledge and the tools to make positive choices and support others in your community. Together, we can make a difference and help reduce the devastating effects of overdose. So let's get started. Thank you for being here and taking an active role in learning about overdose awareness and prevention. Your participation is crucial, and together we can make a real difference. Moving on, today we will cover the following topics: drug overdose statistics, drug risk factors, drug use and overdose impacts, prevention methods, Canadian Drugs and Substance Strategy, and what to expect in the next modules to come. So again, my name is Kasey. I'm currently in my final year at Humber College in the Addictions and Mental Health program. And as a part of my learning experience, I am doing my summer placement with the Center for Grief and Healing. I'm passionate about educating youth on overdose awareness and prevention because understanding these issues can save lives and help create healthier communities. The topic of overdose awareness is deeply intertwined with the theme of grief. When someone suffers an overdose, it doesn't just affect the individual, it profoundly impacts their family, friends, and community. The grief and loss experienced by those left behind can be overwhelming and long lasting. At the Center for Grief and Healing, we witness firsthand the emotional toll that drug related deaths have on families. By raising awareness and educating youth, we aim to prevent these tragedies and lessen the grief experienced by countless loved ones. To understand the scope of the overdose crisis, let's look at some alarming statistics. As of this one, 90% of people living with addiction began using substances in adolescence. Let's dive deep into more key statistics. There were 21,708 opioid related poisoning emergency department visits, which is 14% higher than the same period in 2022. This translates to approximately 80 emergency department visits per day. There was 5,975 apparent opioid toxicity deaths, marking an 8% increase from 2022, or about 22 deaths per day. 4,646 opioid-related poisoning hospitalizations occurred, 13% higher than 2022, equating to 17 hospitalizations per day. Emergency medical services responded to 33,015 suspected opioid-related overdoses, 18% more than 2022, which means 121 responses per day. These numbers highlight the urgent need for increased awareness and prevention measures. Next up, we have understanding the risk factors of drug use. Certain factors can increase the likelihood of drug use and drug overdose. Some of these include personal or family history of substance abuse, history of sexual abuse or trauma during childhood or pre-adolescence, or a history of mental health problems. Understanding these risk factors is crucial because young people who have experimented with alcohol and cannabis may be at a higher risk of trying other, more dangerous drugs, including opioids. Impacts of drug use and overdose. Negative impacts of drug use and overdose have severe consequences on teens' health and safety and well-being. Mental and physical health impacts include leading to cognitive and memory problems. It can cause long-term health issues such as liver, kidney, and heart problems. There's a significant risk of mental health issues and psychosis. Infectious diseases can spread through shared drug use supplies. Dependence on substances can develop, leading to a lack of social supports. Drug use immediate effects include the following. Drug use negatively affects decision making and thinking. It slows reaction time, which can be extremely dangerous. Mental health can be severely impacted as well. These impacts underscore the importance of prevention and education. Now, moving on to prevention. Substance use related harms affects us all. At least 200 lives are lost per day due to substance related harms linked to drugs, tobacco, and alcohol. Over 38,000 opioid related deaths in Canada from 2016 to March 2023. Substance related harms contribute to over 270,000 hospitalizations per year in Canada. Drug use prevention methods, the Canadian Drugs and Substance Strategy. There are several effective methods to prevent drug use and overdose. Educating young people about the risks and effects of substance use is a key component. More on Canadian Drugs and Substance Strategy and drug prevention methods. The strategy focuses on four integrated action areas related to substance use. Here are the following: prevention and education. Educating people about the effects and risks of substance use leads to prevention, mitigation, and reduction of substance abuse related consequences. Evidence, informing substance policies and decisions through research and data collection. Substance use and services supports, providing care options such as treatment, harm reduction, and recovery services. Substance controls, equipping health inspectors, law enforcement, and border controls with tools to address public health and safety risks, such as an overdose, and equipping them with naloxone. Canadian Drugs and Substances Strategy continued. The strategy covers a range of substances, including alcohol, tobacco, cannabis, vaping products, precursor chemicals, and controlled substances. Prevention focus is on educating people, informing policies, providing care, and equipping authorities with the right tools to address these risks. The goal is to save lives and minimize substance use related harms for individuals, families, and communities. The Good Samaritan Drug Overdose Act. The Act provides legal protection for individuals who seek emergency help during an overdose. The Act can protect you from charges against possession of a controlled substance. The Act became a law on May 4th, 2017. The Canadian Drugs and Substance Strategy are a comprehensive public health approach to substance use. Harm reduction is a key part of the strategy alongside prevention, treatment, and enforcement. The Good Samaritan Drug Overdose Act. Key actions to remember. If you witness an overdose, call for emergency help immediately. Carry naloxone and be prepared to use it if needed. Provide first aid and administer CPR if necessary until emergency help arrives. And it is extremely important to stay calm and inform others about the act and encourage them to seek help without fear of legal repercussions. Information on what's next. Our next module, we will go over the following: understanding substances and their effects. It will cover the types of substances and give an overview of common substances like opioids, stimulants, and depressants. We will talk about the effects on the brain and the body, and the short-term and long-term effects, the signs of substance use and misuse, behavioral and physical signs, and when to seek help. This information will build on what we've discussed today and provide more detailed insights into substance use. Thank you for participating in this educational series. This initiative is supported by the Center for Grief and Healing, Bereaved Families of Ontario, Halton Peel. Your involvement is crucial in spreading awareness and preventing overdose. This concludes our presentation on drug overdose awareness. Thank you very much.